Hey Virgos, and welcome to Deku Tarot, and welcome back to your monthly tarot reading for November 2019. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are in Scorpio season, guys, the last month of autumn, and I'm doing this obviously before Samhain and Halloween. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you dressed up as for Halloween, if you dressed up, or if you dressed up for Samhain. Let me know. I hope you enjoy my makeup. I did this for you in Capricorn. I think I'm going to switch it up for like every 2 signs. It's because I am not a makeup artist and this is way too hard for me to just like sit down and do like a different thing every day. I'm not. It takes me so long. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, let's get into this, guys. So, astrology-wise, I mean, not even astrology-wise, even if it didn't have a bunch of kind of crazy things happening this month and intense trines and interactions there, it's still Scorpio season. It's been intense. It literally started off intensely for me, like right away. There was just like, you know, backstabbing, things that were brought up, things where people were trying to take, you know, kind of 7 of Swords situations brought up right up to the front on the 23rd, as well as, you know, things that needed to be fixed suddenly becoming broken and just crap in the bed, basically. So I don't know about you guys, but Scorpio season kind of brings that up, especially now that we're in that shadow period of the Mercury retrograde, and we will be in Mercury retrograding in Scorpio for most of November until the 21st. Goes retrograde on the 31st of October and will be that way until the 21st of November. In terms of moons, we have that full moon in Taurus on the 12th, and we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 26th, 27th. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm using actually the Usi Pagan Otherworlds for you guys, and I do apologize so much about not doing your October reading, guys. I did not mean for that to happen. A lot of stuff came up, and I could not find the time for it. I've been busy. This isn't the only thing that I do, so it's just sometimes it all gets away from me. But we're here, okay? So let's see. Ooh, I like it. First card out is the World. What else is going on for you guys as we enter November, your energy this month? We have a very expansive energy this month. I love it. And we're kind of more into, what is this? This is going to be your 2nd house. So, yeah, we're feeling a little bit more lovey. I don't know why. I just feel like there's like a little bit more of like romantic energy here, a little bit more of a softer energy coming in to all this expansive stuff that's been happening and will continue to happen. I think that October really also already started to expand your world. You might have already seen yourself make some big decisions and open yourself up to new possibilities when the World comes up. Page of Cups is just kind of a nice, lovely energy. It kind of reminds me to go out and have some fun, treat others with kindness, treat yourself especially with kindness. I think it's just like a softer, more like cottonelle teddy bear type of energy. I don't know why I'm saying that, but we're just gonna say that. What else is happening this November for you guys? Ooh, okay, yeah. Wow, decisions. I will say Capricorn got the Lovers twice and the 6 of Swords twice, but the Lovers twice, I am going to be honest with you guys. I always like to pull cards a little bit before, just as a general, because I think that the collective messages are important for every sign. It's not just, you know, this sign is this month, this sign is this month. No, Uranus, ever since Uranus has moved into Taurus, the messages have been a lot more overarching, a lot more collective in certain ways. And I think that this month it's going to be about decisions, making decisions that we've needed to make, or being forced to make new decisions here in terms of life path, career, love. There's decisions that we need to make this month, and that's very obvious. The 2 of Swords and the Lovers came up for me when I was just pulling my collective messages, and they've showed up in both readings already for November. So I'm going to be honest and say that I think that decisions are very big this month and that we need to make them. October is the month for decisions, for new paths opening, and to also for some of you guys, this is really just, you know, getting back in touch with love, offering love to somebody, going for it in terms of romance and relationships. We are in fixed water season, so if we're feeling deep love, we need to be open for it. And for some of you with the World, the Page of Cups, the Lovers combination, it's kind of romance of a lifetime. It's like really, really, really romantic energy here. So let's see what else comes up for you guys this month. We're going to look specifically at love, though, so I'm trying not to get too sidetracked by it, but I don't like to ignore the messages when they come through. Oh, okay, Page of Pentacles reversed. Make sure we're not being too impatient with ourselves or with the way money and security work, you know, are going, work things are going, because Four of Wands reversed, it feels like we might be kind of irritated about some things here. We're not seeing things in alignment. We're not feeling like we're very close to our Four of Wands. It's kind of like all of a sudden it's just out of your reach, and we have had to let go of a goal here. I mean, I don't know what happened in October for a lot of the signs, but I just keep getting a lot of like needing to let go of something that, you know, oh my gosh. Hold on one second, guys. These cards are so slippery and they just slid literally across the floor. So just give me like a minute here. I can't believe we have to do it like this. Okay. I would have paused it if I knew that they... I don't know what's happening, guys. Everything is falling apart. Maybe that's what October was like for you guys. The end of October. It feels like some things kind of came to a close, fell apart, and now we have to recognize why we weren't going to get there and make some decisions about it. Why we weren't able to have a situation work out the way we wanted it to. Why we weren't able to solidify a home situation, a work situation, for some of you, even a relationship situation. It just feels areas where we're not aligned and that need to be fixed are going to come up. Scorpio season is going to make you look at the why and what you need to do and why you need to change it, and it's going to push you, and it's going to push you. And I don't think a lot of people talk about this aspect of Scorpios, and I don't mean it in a negative way if there's a Scorpio listening. I have a Scorpio partner, and he has literally all of his placements basically in Scorpio, so I love you guys, but you guys can be a little bit like annoying sometimes. And I don't mean it in like a negative way, but you love, if you know this thing's going to bother somebody and get the attention and like whatever it is that you're trying to get from them, you will bother them and you'll annoy them and you'll keep pushing and you'll keep pushing, and maybe you think it's funny, but it's not. And Virgos, you guys don't like that. You're not really into this annoying pushed energy of, you know, you're really going to keep pushing at this with me. Like, I've already kind of beat myself up about it enough. Don't you think I'm already feeling a certain type of way here? Like, why is this got to keep coming up at me? Judgment. Literally this feeling. All right, it's time to look at this again. It's time to bring out the dead. What is really not in alignment here that is not working out? Let's get just a different deck here for some clarifiers. Before we do that, let me just finish off with the Usi deck here, the Paid in Other Worlds deck. Well, I'm not there yet, guys. Give me a second. They're just flinging out random things. All right. No, one card, please. How is this month closing out for you guys? This is Judgment taking you. Judgment and Two of Swords and the Lovers have been the cards of this month. I haven't seen the Death card yet. I'm sure that we will. Sure that we will. But as we move into Sag season, and especially that Sagittarius new moon at the end of the month on the 26th, 27th, intuition comes in very, very strongly. The answers come in. It's like all of a sudden you're ready to listen to the part of you that really has been trying to point out what wasn't in alignment, what really, you know, about how to get to your goal, about what your goal was that really wasn't exactly right, that wasn't exactly in alignment there, that wasn't exactly going to work out. And it's like finally, like, we're like, oh, I get it. I don't know why it took me so long to get this, but now I get it. So Again, there's that energy of being able to move forward in terms of making our dreams come true, in terms of realigning and getting where we want to get to. But that's more when around that new moon in Sagittarius and when Neptune goes direct in Pisces, 26th, 27th. And the day before that, we have more opportunities, or the ability to bring in more opportunities with Venus entering Capricorn, and of course Mercury finally being direct by that point. So things will finally feel like they're moving forward after all this release, after all this uncomfortable focus on the misalignment of our lives here. It doesn't feel like luck falls directly into our lap, but that we really wish it would. Let's get some clarifiers here. Clarify the Lovers, the choice that you guys are dealing with this month with the Page of Pentacles and Four of Wands reversed. Seven of Cups. There's confusion. You might have a different job opportunity, people. It just feels like we're having a really hard time deciding. We're having a really hard time deciding what is best for us and why it's best for us. There is confusion, and that's why we haven't been able to make this decision. There's a lot of emotional confusion. There's a lot of emotions, I think, that you need to recognize and work through about this situation. For some of you, what does this have to do with? Let's see. Okay. Four of Swords reverse, Six of Swords. There we go. Six of Swords again. This is a month where it's making you move on. Scorpio season will do that to you. Sorry, I'm like sitting on my dress here, or my jacket. Weird. I got a little bit stuck. But Four of Swords reverse and then the Six of Swords. There has been impatience in moving forward. A lot of impatience, but it's almost like to move forward, we need to just rest. We need to just let it go and let this all kind of filter through us, filter down here so that we can finally move forward. So that we can get to where we're going. We can learn the lessons. But the Six of Swords next to the Seven of Cups is, you know, moving on from that confusion, not letting it kind of sidetrack you, because look, it's going to come out. But only when we're resting and when we're not trying to shove up against something that really doesn't want to be shoved up against. Again, it's that Scorpio energy almost of being like annoying. You can't be like that kid that's going to, you know, keep saying, what is it, like, I think it's in Family Guy or something where, is it Family Guy? I don't know, some cartoon where it's like the kid's like, mom, 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 mommy, mommy, and it's like just keeps going, and it almost feels like this is you being like, telling you what the answer is. What's the answer? What's the answer? What do I do? What am I doing? What am I doing? And eventually, if we just stop, if you just stop going on repeat and flipping out about it and getting mad, if we choose to rest and let go of these aspects that we know are just not going to work out, like just like Capricorn, I feel that there's an element to whatever we've been trying to accomplish, whatever we've been trying to get, and something that we've been doing about it, you know, a way that we've been thinking, feeling about it, whatever it is, there's an element to it that's just not happening. And it's time to move on. But you guys are much more ready to move on than they are. And I feel that this isn't like a situation that has been going on for like a year for you. This feels a lot less intense than that. Whereas Capricorns are having the situations that they had come up, you know, at the beginning of the year with their eclipse, and then the middle of the year with their eclipse, and then they're going to have it come up again at the end of the year. So they're feeling it in a different way, and they're having some really intense obsessions and Capricornian traits like thrown in their faces to be dealt with. Whereas you guys are much more ready to be like, it's too confusing, I'm out. And let's get some cards of advice actually for you for this month, for this situation. Because I do feel, actually, let me hold one more about this Seven of Swords reverse, because I know some of you guys are like, how could you not? How could you not? How could you just leave the Seven of Swords reversed right there? What is the reveal? Whenever the Seven of Swords is reversed for me, there is something that is being revealed, something that we were looking for, a person that has been underhanded that might reveal themselves. But this feels more like what we've been trying to figure out finally comes through. What's it about? Give me one card, please. Seven of Swords reverse here. Page of Rods. What else? It feels like there's something else with the Page of Rods here, though. Strength reverse. Where have we been? Maybe to It's almost like naive for some of you guys. And like, you know, you think you could do this, but like, have you really mastered that aspect of yourself? Have you really grown to something stronger and less, you know, I don't know. There's like an immaturity here, a sense of immaturity, a sense of almost like throwing a fit when I get these two cards together. We're letting our worst half get the better of us, and we have to, or we have. Maybe it's that we wanted immediate gratification in some aspect of our life here. We thought, you know, could snap our fingers. You know, we're Virgos. We've been working hard. We deserve this. I should just be able to snap my fingers at this point and get what I want, right? Wrong. There's a certain entitlement here. And yes, I'm not saying that you guys don't deserve whatever it is you've been working for. Especially if it's money, a new home, situation that feels a lot more stable. But there are reasons why we haven't gotten it yet. And a lot of that has to do, I think, with something that we don't really quite understand yet. What is this? It's not going to come out in this deck. I got my message. The card that always comes up when it's done. So we're going to use the Uzi again. See what card is missing here, because there's one thing that is definitely missing here, and I don't really know what it is. And we'll pull a couple cards for love for you guys, okay? Pardon me. I wish I could take a drink, but not all this fake blood on my face, right? I'm just gonna like take this off because it's getting hot in here. It's always hot in Florida, so. What's the card that's missing here? What is the advice, the answer that we're looking for here? There's something specific, and it's like you guys are trying to seek something out. I want it to pop out on its own. I don't want to pick it. That's what I want. I know you'll give me the right answer if you do that. So what is it? There it is. Yeah, Eight of Cups. That's what I mean. There's a longing. There's such a deep longing here to move forward and move on. I wanted to say that, but I knew the card that was going to come out was going to be perfect. I honestly expected it to be the Six of Swords, but Eight of Cups will take it because this is also about moving on, moving forward. If you want that 10 of Cups, if you want to live in that 10 of Cups energy, have that around you every day. If you want to be happy, fulfilled. And obviously here we're not feeling that, and that's why we're making these choices here almost impatiently, you know, expecting, you know, this is going to happen. It's going to happen now because I put so much energy and effort into something that hasn't given back. And I'm frustrated. I'm mad. It's not happening. And it's time for something new. And, we, you know, there's a part of us that knew this all along. And it's like your intuition's going to come back and remind you, maybe even during that Pisces full moon. Try to remember what was going on for you during that, or, you know, what we were feeling, what started or what was brought up then. This feels very similar to that. Eight of Cups always talks about leaving something behind to seek out something much more satisfying. It's kind of a long, cold journey alone, but, and, you know, there are always tears that are spilled. There's an emotional aspect of it, and there's the moon. So I would say around that Taurus full moon, expect you to finally have the revelations, expect you to finally hit your judgment moment and be like, okay, I get it. We've been in alignment up until now, and now I know why, or now I know that there's not much I can do here to fix this other than move forward and let it go. Let it be. It's almost just like let it be is the message I keep getting for you guys. Let's pull some cards for love now. Okay? Let's pull some love cards. I think your title might just be like, let it be, because this situation is driving you nuts and you need to let it be. I don't know why. Like, it's like you just got to let it go for now. Let's pull some from the Hobbit deck about love. Love. Just general love messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for November 2019. Okay. Eight of Swords, the Devil. You have a lot of similar energy as Capricorn here, and I'm sure Taurus will too. So check out Capricorn, especially if you have placements in it. Let's see, Eight of Swords, the Devil. We have been ignoring or not been able to really see that a situation in terms of love that we've been in has been unhealthy, has been negative. When the Devil shows up, there's always a negative aspect to the relationship. There's always a lack of, essential, almost like humanity to it. And we've been like, no, I'm just going to sit here and take it. And it's like, if you want something to change about your relationship, about your love life, you're going to have to confront the devil. You're going to have to let go of the illusionary things that hold you back, because both of these talk about the illusionary things that hold us back and we allow to hold us back. With the devil and the Eight of Swords, the only thing that holds you back is yourself. And that's the most important and relating message between them. Ooh, Justice. Things will balance out, especially if we're dealing with a Libra, but we got to confront the devil. There are issues in this relationship. There's issues with this situation, or even if this has nothing to do with a Libra or a Capricorn, there is a negativity. There is an unhealthy relationship that needs to be dealt with. The truth needs to be out. And I feel for some of you, it's like a friend or someone's just going to be like, listen, you got to hear the truth about this. This isn't good. You're not happy. This isn't working. And you got to stop. It's almost like I feel like I can see someone like kind of grabbing your shoulders and shaking you and saying, something has to change here. This is the truth of it. This is the truth. And I'll be learning some heavy truths this month. There you are, the Hermit. And then once you learn it, you're going to be ready to say what you have to say, do what you have to do. Nine of Wands reversed. Dealing with your boundaries, putting up new ones, maybe reevaluating them. But it's also, for some of you, realizing when something like this is just not, if it's a negative relationship, or, a person that, comes in, gets what they want, and then leaves, or you never hear from them, someone that ghosted you, or a relationship that is just going nowhere and just continues to go in circles, or even just a fling or an energy with somebody. It's like, I gotta be on my own. It's over. I'm not doing this anymore. This is how I feel, but I'm not doing it anymore. When I get the Nine of Wands reversed, I don't want to fight for it anymore. I would like to readjust my boundaries. I want to be alone. And this is your card, the Hermit. I want to be alone with my bees and my axe. I'm going to go chop some things because I'm mad. Take my anger out on something. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go punch a punching bag. Going to go out in nature. It's time. It's you time. It's time for you to open up to loving yourself and treating yourself better. And taking the time that you need for yourself. Three of Cups and your friends. Especially if this has been a third-party relationship, we need to be willing to open our eyes to the fact that this person is playing with us. This is a player energy. There's player things going on here. And yeah. Yeah, especially if it's a fire sign. Leo, Aries, or a Sag. But there's just this, I don't know, I just feel like if you guys are interested in somebody and it hasn't been going anywhere, they're a player, whatever the issue is with them that, you're having problems with, it's like, we need to talk about this. We got to deal with it. We got to face up to some truths. We got to talk about boundaries and say what's best for us here. Maybe even talk to our friends if we need some advice about it. Ooh, yeah, oh my God, Judgment again. Judgment is like, how many times is this card going to show up for everybody? Judgment and Page of Wands. Maybe something about this came up during the Aries full moon and you've been realizing, or maybe you realized it and just didn't do anything about it, but now it's like time to change. Maybe even incorporate new love. Maybe there is new love coming in, just putting out new interests, putting out our feelers. Or again, for some of you, just to get rid of this whole situation, it's like sending that letter, writing that letter and burning it for yourself if you don't want to send it to them. Doing whatever it is that you need to do to let this go. And move on towards new energy. Just when I get the Page of Wands, there's just a lot. I just always feel like that's a new suitor energy, new energy in terms of you wanting to seek out love, putting yourself out there, creating a new profile or something on a dating app or whatever. But it's time for you to focus on you and let go of what was. Let go of that devil energy. Let go of the Eight of Swords. Open your mind and open your eyes to what the truth is here. Because it just feels like somebody, that you thought was, all cookies and cream is really like a garbage pile. If I'm being honest, when you get the Nine of Cups reversed, I mean, a situation, a person, a relationship that, you put on a pedestal is like, oh, that ain't so good. Five of Wands reversed. This person either had other people involved, they were talking about you behind your back, there's just other energies involved that are not good. You're going to find out that they were talking to other people, they were with other people, or they're just, if this has been a relationship, there's a lot of fighting and you're just like, feel like you're just tired of fighting. If this is a relationship like that you've been in for a long time, we need to focus and confront the devil in the room and not pretend like things are all hunky-dory when they're not, and deal with it. Communicate about it. Find a new way to communicate about this and a new way forward, because that's what we need to do. And I would suggest talking to our friends or going out and reminding yourself of like the fun times you had together, recultivating that 10 of coins, because maybe it's gotten a bit stagnant and issues have arisen that we haven't dealt with. For those that are married or in like long-term partnerships where you live together, etc. Let's pull some romance angel cards for y'all. And remember to share and subscribe, guys. Remember to comment below what you dressed up as for Samhain or Halloween. And yeah, guys, check out the Samhain video. Just basic tips and tricks and spells and stuff. And then always check out your dailies. I do dailies over on Instagram as well. So if they're ever not on YouTube, you can always expect one on Instagram. Ooh, yeah, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And I feel like for some of you, it's like releasing the person that you wanted it to be and keeping yourself open for somebody new and different. Because it feels like that's there for you. Oh my God, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So whether this is letting somebody go or opening yourself up to new love or even fixing a relationship, great love is worth taking these steps. So take them. Do what needs to be done this month. Don't let it just go by the wayside. It's time to put in the effort. Scorpio season will not let you go. It'll grab you by the neck and it'll drag you right through all these things, whether you like it or not. That's one thing I've learned. All right, so let's pull a Stacey DeMarco for you guys. For November 2019 for Virgos, what's popping out is scrying, intuition. I'll pull one more. Whenever I get that, we might want to know the future, but we might need to just let it be. Forgiveness. Again, there's an energy just of needing to let things be this month. Let it be. Put in the effort into relationships where we need to, but just let other things, just let them be. Scrying. If I ever find it. There we go. Intuition. All right, so should you pull the scrying card, I suggest you try it for starters. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all the answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination and intuition for true wisdom. You're going to have to feel your way through this. The answers aren't going to be readily there. Scorpio month, it's not going to be just like, out there in the open. You got to dig deep. You got to work through emotions. You got to journal and get deep and emotional and like, all those millennial feelings. Reducing burden, forgiveness. So it is said that it takes a big person to apologize, but in many ways it takes an even bigger person to forgive. When we hold grudges, the negative energy is incredibly toxic. It is like drinking a poison and expecting the other unforgiven person to die. Whilst we may even harbor feelings of revenge, and to be honest, that does feel good for a while, it is important that we move those feelings along to forgiveness and release as soon as possible for our own health and well-being. If you have chosen this card, think about who it is that you could be forgiving, and that includes yourself. And I think that this is the perfect message to sum up your reading, honestly. I'm not even going to say anything else about it. Thank you guys so much. I love you, my Virgos. Make sure to check out the dailies. Make sure to check out your monthlies for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And go over on Instagram, follow me, check me out over there. And have a wonderful and blessed month, guys. If you want to book a reading or check out the Teespring and what you can order there, all that information is right below this video in my description box. Thank you so much, guys. Have a blessed month. Namaste.